we have fire. To the coal. Hello, Bill here with Pale Horse Survival and Tactical. Today, I'm going to show you how to make waterproof pine sap fire starting sticks. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back. Sorry about that, dirt bike. Somebody on a dirt bike cruising by on the trail. Today, I'm going to show you how to make waterproof pine resin sticks. And the easiest way to do this, you can do it primitively if you can find a rock that has a big enough depression that you can put enough pine sap in there to melt down and then soak your sticks in, or you can use an Altoids tin. So to demonstrate this today, I'm going to use an Altoids tin. I have a bag of resin here that I have been out collecting, and I'm going to throw some of these in the tin. Some of this was really gooey when I harvested it about a week ago. And it appears to have solidified in here pretty good. I'm going to get enough of this in here. Harvested this from a wound on a pine tree down the road a ways. Oh, this stuff smells good. Pine resin has so many uses. You make pine pitch glue, use it as a wound sealant. It's antibacterial due to its high turpentine content. Just give me a moment here. Okay, the main rule with this is I pulled some coals out of the fire, and ooh, it's hot. And the reason I did that is because this stuff is very flammable, and if there's flame nearby it, it'll catch on fire. Of course, in a tin we can just flip the lid over and smother it out, but if you have it on a rock and you're doing it in primitively, a rock with a depression, what's going to happen is it's going to be very difficult to try and extinguish that. Probably impossible, actually. If you couldn't throw dirt on it, you would ruin your resin. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my fire very small going in the background there, so I can keep some coals going. So I have another video that I'm going to shoot after this. Make sure I'm in frame here. Yeah, looking pretty good. This is already melting down pretty good. So once it gets melted, I have some sticks here. You can use pretty much any wood for this, and all we're going to do is we're going to drop some pieces in here. Drop some pieces down inside once it's melted, and we're going to let them cook in this for a little bit, and then I'm going to pull them out and put them on a drying rack here, improvised drying rack, and You can use pretty much any wood. The soft woods would probably be better if you're going to use these for fire starting purposes, because softer woods have a lower flash point, a lower ignition point. But pretty much any wood can be used. So once it's coated, it doesn't so much soak into the wood. I suppose it does a little bit, but it puts a coating on it, which once it dries and the resin hardens on there, it becomes waterproof. So it's a good waterproof fire starting resource you can have in your kit. There's some videos online from some guys, and they call it homemade fat wood, and technically it's not fat wood. Only nature can make fat wood. To be perfectly honest, it's just pine sap covered wood. It's over here on the coals. Let that melt down. Now once we do the couple pieces of wood here, I'll pull this tin off and allow the pine sap / pine resin to cool down and solidify, and then I'll just close the lid and I can put this in my kit. And that way I have pine resin there for fire making purposes, or if I want to do any more of these sticks. And I could just add more resin in there if I need to top it off. Yeah, it's still warming up. I've got some pretty big globs in here that are still solid. Turn this around because it was a little hotter on the back side here. There we go. Now we're starting to liquefy now. I figured an Altoids tin would be the easiest way to demonstrate this. I'm actually going to get a little bit longer stick here. Big globs here that are still a bit solid. Yeah, she's bubbling pretty good. I put, looks like just the right amount of resin in there. Not too much that it overflowed. Still got a good sized piece, but that smells so good. Okay, so to move the video along, I'll go ahead and just start demonstrating this. So we're going to drop a piece in there. So all we're doing, we're just letting this cook in here in the resin. Yeah, it's pretty liquefied now. And if you don't know how to use chopsticks, you really should learn how. The woods are full of chopsticks, and they're great for doing fine work like this. And all the videos I see online, I see guys struggling with two sticks, holding two sticks like this and struggling to pick something up, and there's no need for that when you have when nature provides a very easy tool to pick things up. This is my little improvised drying rack here. Not sure if the drying rack is in frame. Whoop, sorry about that. There we go. It's just 2 sticks is all that is. Ooh, burning my knuckles. Stick them on there and let them dry. You only need to cook in there for just a little bit. Yeah, and the chopsticks, obviously, you can make yourself a pair of chopsticks. They're all over the forest, and that's what I use oftentimes to eat with. Like we got a couple pieces of bark in there, but that's okay. It's just so much easier when you can just simply pick something up and not have to wrestle with it. Hope that one's not too long. I think that one's a little long. Damn, that stuff smells good. Just a great pine scent. Oh, I got 2 at once there. And that's all I'm going to make. Yeah, maybe one more. Nice consistent color of this resin now. Shows that it's uniformly melted. Ooh, burning my knuckles. Alright, now I'm going to pull this out of here, hopefully without spilling it. Allow that to cool down, and once that cools down it'll solidify pretty fast, and I'll have that resin there in my kit for either future preparation of the resin sticks, or I can always shave some of that out of there for fire making purposes. It's always good to have some on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video. I'm going to let all this cool up, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at it here as soon as it's all cooled down. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. These have already cooled, and the resin has solidified on the pieces of wood, and this is still a little warm to the touch, but not bad. And you can see the sap has still runny just slightly, but it's cooling down pretty good. So and this got a little sap on the hinges here of the tin. Work it back and forth to get it. There we go. There we go. So that will go in my kit and can be used at a later date. I'll make sure I can still open that. Don't want to glue the lid on. And these are the pieces here on the rack. They come off pretty easy. Sometimes they stick a little bit. You just have to pop them up. I want to remember the sap has not been turned to pitch because there has been no charcoal added. But you can see these have a nice coating of resin. I could take this piece, it's completely waterproof now. I could soak this in water indefinitely and it'll still light and it'll still burn. This is a great little addition that you can put in your fire making kit. And these are very flammable. They will readily light. Oh, that's hot. Burn the hair off my fingers. Went out. Wind blew it out. I don't want that resin to run down on my fingers, but these will burn. These will burn quite well. Great fire starting aid. You could probably even shave this or even feather stick it, and it should take the spark of a fire seal. That is burning quite nicely. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it for you. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all very soon on the next one. Everybody take care. Bye-bye. I just relit that piece. It was smothered out laying on the rock. I've got it propped between the two. You can see how it's really kicking butt there. See the black smoke coming off from that resin. Those terpenes are very, very flammable. I've heard somebody nickname pine sap Mother Nature's napalm. I think they got it pretty close. And it is really, really taking off. Yeah, I was laying on the rock and it kind of smothered out. And that will help you get a fire going, definitely. Everybody have a great day or evening, depending on where you're located. And please like, subscribe, and share. And working very hard on building the channel here. Having a lot of fun doing this. Everybody have, I'll catch everybody very soon on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.